Hi, I'm Margaret and welcome to Garden School. I'm down at the park today and I am just struck by how beautiful this expansive area right here, this lawn, how beautiful it looks. So great. It's January, a very mild winter for us. And I can't believe how beautiful this area looks. So I thought I wanted to talk a little bit about the challenges we have here in the Pacific Northwest in growing a lawn, especially if we are of the mindset that it has to be moss free. I just want to say one thing, forget it. Your lawn is not going to be moss free. You will have to work so hard and do so much with moss killer and thatching and raking out, and it's almost like it's not worth it, especially if you have a lot of shade. So I wanted to talk about 4 things that a lawn needs and why those 4 things are really good for moss. So taking a look at this spot over here, it is just, this might be what perhaps many lawns look like at this time of year in the Pacific Northwest. It's muddy, it has standing water, it's compacted, it's in the shade or not in the full sun, and it's acid soil. So those 4 things are things that moss really do well in. So if you have an acid soil, which generally we do have pretty acid soil here in the Pacific Northwest, that's going to be someplace that moss likes to grow. Do you have a wet area? Many of our places, even though we might have sandy or like a sandy loam or sandy silty soil, we're still going to get a lot of water just from our weather. That's something that moss really does well in as well. Another thing is the shade. So we're blessed by having so many beautiful trees. If you have trees that provide shade, that's wonderful. Keep in mind, that's something that moss does really well into, shady spot. And then the other thing is compaction. So if you have a pathway where there's a lot of foot traffic, that is also something that moss does really well in. Now, if we go over to this area right here, look at that first area that I showed you. This actually used to be part of a parking lot. So yes, the soil is compacted. And when I walked across it, even though there's gravel here, when I walk across it, I can hear squishiness. So this is a pretty wet area. And of course, trees all around. It's going to be in the shade, and then it's an acid soil as well. Now those 4 things are things that you need to watch for if you're trying to grow a lawn of grass, a grass lawn. You don't want it to be too soggy. You don't want it to be too acid of soil. So a lot of people have to add lime to increase the pH a little bit so that the grass seed will outgrow the moss, which is going to compete for it. Then the compaction issue. Many lawns are used as pathways. That's a problem too, because grass seed won't do very well in a compacted area, but moss will. And then, that 4th one, the shade. You know what? That's something you have to consider as well. There are some grass seed blends that are better for shade, but in our area, you're still going to have that competitor of the moss growing. Well, I say, it's green, it's beautiful, and it's a great play area for kids, for pets. A nice green space does look really nice. Now, if you have a golf course, different story. I'm not going to go into that one. So anyway, think about that though. When you see a beautiful green expanse, it's probably going to be much moss. I'd say embrace it. Well, there's always more to learn in the garden. Bye-bye.